Hi, Charles here. Well, today is the last day of putting boards up on my deck on my Flatline Van Company roof rack. It's 25, but with the wind it feels 16, but this will be warm compared to a week from today when it's supposed to be a high of 8 degrees. Thanks for watching. Well, I hope the wind dies down. It's pretty nippy, but really it's not too bad once I'm up there. I have on underneath here some of my really super warm clothes that I use for when I'm training in the winter, which I haven't done for a couple of years, running out of the wildlife refuge. So it's not that bad. You may have noticed I have a graphic on both sides. You see a lot of vans have a compass rose, and I found this on Etsy. And to set up the town name and GPS coordinates, I chose to put a scripture from Psalm 103 as far as the east is from the west, and it turned out great. My friend Jim from Westwind Signs put it on for me. Hi, Charles here. I'm blinded by the snow. We got several inches of snow, but today it's warming up some now, so I'm going to finish cutting the boards for the deck, and I'll show you what I'm doing up there. Well, Susie and I are both guilty sometimes of overthinking things, but we just want things to be right, and again, we're not making a luxury van by any means here. But I was going back and forth between composite decking and wood, and I almost bought some really nice looking gray composite decking, but then so I'm going to go back and compare prices again and wait, and I found that that composite deck was at least twice as expensive as standard deck boards and at least 50-60% heavier. And so we thought, do we really care that much what it's going to look like? Because most people will never see that. You know, we don't do travel vlogs and very much at all, and so it's not like we're going to have a fancy drone work and all that, and people are going to see it. I think this is going to look great, and this is what a lot of people do anyway. So I bought 1x6 12-foot boards. I was going to get 8-foot, but I saved, I think, $30 by going with 12-foot. I'm going to today go up here and measure and get it all laid out, and so I'll be all ready tomorrow to put it all down. And after I install those two extra crossbars. She does not. Wait a second. What is it? The ladder is on ice. Are you serious? It's mainly not ice. It's ice. Maybe I'll get down now. Maybe you will. Okay. So Susie and I are taking a look up here, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to move these two boards into the center, and I think I want to make them longer. This doesn't move, and so I think I'm going to move those in the center, and then I'll cut two 6-foot boards and cut out here, so it's all continuous there instead of a gap there. So does that work for you? Yeah. Okay. So I don't trust my measuring up there, so I got Susie up on the ladder. She was very happy about that, and so we are going to go and have a 6-foot piece like the others, and then we're cutting out this section that will go around the vent. She is an artiste. So we are trying to figure this out. Oh, this is gonna, oh, look. If we're gonna come all the way to here, it's off. Okay, we'll just cut more in here. Yeah, well, look and see how much here. But if we do that, it's gonna be too big of a gap, look. Over. Oh, we made too big of a thing? See, look, I want to come down here. I want this to come down here. To like there. Okay, don't worry about that part. It will. Okay, but I'm saying if we slide this over, we did this so we could go like this. Yeah, and then there's way big gaps here. I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So the problem is we cut too deep of a thing. We should have cut it less deep. Okay. Oh, I measured. We're supposed to have 3 3/4 inches of wood. Oh. I measured that instead of how much hole. Strategic error. Okay. But look, you're the first person up here. Stand up. All right. Come on. No. Yeah. Side rails? You're the first person. There's never going to be a side rail, sis. Come on. Hands up in the air like you just don't care. Come on. You know you want to do it. Nice view. It is. Well, I think we cut the right. I think we did it right this time. Well, I'm very pleased. We still have a little bit of trimming to do on some of these, but it's basically all done. Definitely need another support there in the middle. We're both really happy how it turned out. I think Susie wasn't convinced about having them, but I think she's going to really like having it. So looks great. We'll get the two small pieces in here. Well, I decided, got some nice sunlight here, so I thought I'd go ahead and get all the boards up just to let you see. This is how it's going to look. Nice big area here, and it's not, of course, not bolted or screwed down yet, but the passive vent will be fine. It can draw air from underneath. The fan will be fine. Well, I didn't get out here earlier today. It was just really cold. It was sunny, but really a lot of wind. So the sun came out and I rushed out, but it's now starting to snow, which I don't mind, but it's going to probably be freezing rain. So I came out and got a little bit of work done. I decided just to get started. So I got these two boards behind the passive vent. And so I'm using 2.5 inch quarter 20 with the Phillips head on it. I'm drilling through the wood, through the 80-20, and I've got a lock washer and a lock nut with the nylon insert, and getting them super tight. You have to think ahead, because if you go too far, all of a sudden you won't be able to reach under and have a wrench to hold it as you're tightening it down. Start here. I brought all the boards for this side up here and laid them so to get these started properly, and they're pretty good. Well, I've got my ladder on now, so that means whenever I want to, I can run my boards all the way over to the driver's side of the rack, because I've already got the ladder screwed in, bolted in, and so I don't have to worry about not being able to access. But I'm actually thinking I'm gonna do this right side over here first, and I just went ahead and brought everything back up here on this side and checking the space, and they're a little close. We'll see what we're gonna do here. I think it's fine though, and so I will be bolting in this one, and these will get out of the way so I can reach underneath with a wrench and be able to bolt all those down on those 4 rails and these 2 rails here. So are you worried I'm going to hit the ceiling? Well, I know the length of the drill bit and what I'm going through, so it does not hit the roof. If it was close, I would have a piece of wood there. And I know there's little shards going everywhere. I'll be blowing them and sweeping them and then wiping them. So right now I've got 2 more to do here, so that's how I do this. I'm measuring 1 inch from each edge in the middle of the cross beam, and then I countersink a little bit, drop the bolts in, and then when I tighten them, like these right here, I can get from this side, and then I have to lift this board up to reach the ones on this side, and then I'll do the next one, I'll be able to reach under. So I just don't want to get ahead of myself. So that's how it's done. The only thing that seems to take a lot of time is reaching underneath here and getting the lock washer and then the nut on. They either go right on or they just won't. So let's use a small socket and hold it and tighten away. You have to double check it, because it can, you think it's all the way tight and it isn't. So just have to look underneath to be sure. So as I said, it's 31, but with this wind, it's got a wind chill of 20 degrees or so. So that's why I have more wind protection on. That should help. It motivates me to move fast. Also, before I get this last 2 boards on, I wanted you to see that I decided to put Dicor lap sealant on all of the footers. So
Did that yesterday, and it's self-leveling, so it smooths out pretty well. And I'm glad I got that done just to protect against leaks. So here are the last two, and I found out I can reach it if I do this. Well, I have got the deck done. A little scary standing up here with the wind going, but there we go. There we go. I am a little cold and need to thaw out, but I decided just to keep going until it's done.
Well, it's been a cold morning and early afternoon. Now, of course, the sun's coming out, but I can't film on the other side of the van. The wind is just whipping through so much. So glad to get it done. I actually could put in 2 here and 2 here, and on the other side the same thing where I can't reach under. So I could run self-drilling screws in. I was able to reach in, so I have 2 pair there and 2 pair there. Susie says I'm done, but I think I do want to run the self-drilling through. It'll be so much easier. I just run them through, done. I don't have to reach under and do all the other. But turned out great. This is not the easiest way to do it. Putting the washers and the nuts and reaching under, it's all a little tricky to reach. Makes it take so much more time. So I would say it'd be much easier just to run the self-drilling into the 80/20 and be done. But I just really like it to be secure like that. And it's nice and sunny, so let me go on top and just show you one last look.
I like being able to get up here with this ladder. It's the day after finishing the deck. It's about, maybe not quite as cold, but it's definitely not as windy. And I just wanted to point out a couple things. Here's where, here and here, I could put bolts, but as I probably mentioned, I'm not going to. Got some good opinion from my wife and from my son-in-law and his dad, and they said this is fine, it'll be fine. And I wanted to show you up here. I am going to trim this, and I'm going to cut straight across there. So today, my son-in-law and his dad got the wiring started, and it turned out, because of the way the wiring will come from the battery, I'm going to get a box, an enclosed box with switches, and so it'll make it a lot neater up front, where I can turn on the cameras and the lights and everything else that we're installing right now. Very happy with how this all looks, and I think I'll just stop right there. Thanks for watching.